111. Let's see. Let's go. Give y'all a few minutes to get in here. Check. Might have to close this window. Might be a little too loud. Let's get into some stuff. Notice I said let's not. Notice I didn't say let's get into some things. Yes, kids, what's up? Notice I didn't say let's get into some things. Nikki won't be suing me. I said let's get into some stuff. Hold on, y'all. The Cash App is $ Heaven Hollywood. I mean, if y'all gonna support the page, please do it through the Cash App. YouTube takes most of what you send in Super Chat. So, $ Heaven Hollywood. If you want to support the page, we're gonna give y'all a few minutes to get in here. Nice. Glad you can hear me. Y'all can hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. I don't want to have to close the window because it's hot today. And I can't put the AC on when I'm doing the show because it's way too loud. We got to get to this thing that's been trending all day. And if y'all are on my live, y'all can see what I am talking about. Hold on. Let me make it big. That's what she asked. Let me make it big. Okay, so everybody's talking about this. What's up? What's up, Apples? What's up? What's up, Bobby Ruffin? Hold on. I want to try to get this tweet up here. Because this is what's gone viral. This is what everybody's talking about. Right? Come on, man. Should be no reason why this thing is buffering. Trying to get this tweet by itself. So, let me pull this up here. Everybody's talking about this action that's going on here. As you can see, Jay-Z constantly touching on Megan's arm. What's up? What's up, Stacy? Thank you for joining me, Stacy. Angela Approved Television, Bobby Ruffin, SW. Look at Look at Megan. Megan said, Shay. Now, the funny thing is, you see how Megan is moving Jay's arm? Hold on, let me get my settings because for some reason it's buffering shit. You see how, hold on. You see how Megan and keep moving his arm off like homie, you doing a little bit too much touching. He touched on her arm. He tried to touch around her waist. She kind of like dipped away from him, like, chill. Then he went and touched on her arm, and she's like, yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why it's buffering like that. That shit's getting on my freaking nerves. But you could tell she's like, all right, enough is enough, homeboy. So with a lot of people, especially accounts that are Nicki Minaj fans, YouTubes, there's Megan in Paris going to see the show. Right? They're saying that Jay-Z and Megan are messing around. And there's some Beyonce pages are listening to them, so they're starting to say it as well. That Jay-Z and Megan are messing around. Now, there's been some YouTubers who started this a long time ago. There was some YouTubers that started this rumor last year that Jay-Z and Megan was sleeping around behind Beyonce's back, and they said that Beyonce no longer messes with Megan Thee Stallion. Remember, people were saying that? I'm not going to say who, but we all know what YouTuber that's famous for being a barb. She said she thinks she's a tarot card reader, but she just used that in the beginning just to suck y'all in when the bitch don't know nothing about reading tarot cards. She be reading the cards upside down. We're not going to mention nobody's name, but she was the one to put it out there that Megan Thee Stallion was sleeping with Jay-Z. Now, I know a lot about Jay-Z, right? I've been following Jay-Z for many, many, many years. I've met and done business with Jay-Z in the past. I specifically know a female who used to mess with Jay-Z when he first started dating Beyonce. She used to work at Def Jam. And if you know Jay-Z and you look back at all the women Jay-Z messed with, none of them look anything close to Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I think Megan Thee Stallion is beautiful. I think right now she's the most beautiful female rapper right now. I go back and forth with her and Carisha, but because Megan is 100% natural from what we know and haven't been proven anything different, Megan's always looked like that. I kind of put her first now. But Young Miami's right there. And you know I love Sweetie. Nicki Minaj is still beautiful. You know, so there's a lot up there, but Right now, I got Megan, Young Miami, right? And Sweetie, of course. But she ain't the type of beautiful that Jay-Z dates. Jay-Z has never liked thick women. He's always liked the slim thick, like Beyonce. He always liked slim waist, slim everything else, ass. All right? Look at the women that Jay-Z dated and who has messed with. Blue Cantrell, Rosario Dawson, Foxy Brown, Beyonce, Aaliyah, Sana Lathan, T-Boz, Kenya Moore. Who else can I gotta try to remember off the top of my head. Free may have been the thickest one he messed. And of course, the chick that he allegedly got rid of, Corey. Her name was Corey White. All of those women, none of them look like Megan Thee Stallion. None of them. Rita Ora. Superhead. He wanted Maya. Didn't get her, but he wanted Maya. Brandy. Which one of these that I just named you look anything close to Megan Thee Stallion? I'm not talking. I know he can't date her. He's married, so we definitely know he can't date her. What's up, Darius? Jay-Z is not sleeping with Megan Thee Stallion. Number one, if they ever got found out, if Megan Thee Stallion, number one, is not going to risk that Beyonce cosign. Number two, someone said, oh, she promote her album, but didn't she just say, we got Megan in the house, I love you so much? So that takes away the, oh, she don't mess with Megan stuff. People, like I said, people want to believe conspiracy theories when it's somebody they don't mess with. Is there any sorts of what? Where is the anybody got any sort of Easter egg, any sort of breadcrumb that will lead you to believe that Megan Thee Stallion sleeping with Jay-Z? Let me know. Why? Because you heard a YouTuber say it? And you don't particularly like Megan? So that's why you think that Megan's sleeping with Jay-Z? We're not talking about dating. We're talking about smashing too. I just named you every single person Jay-Z smashed. It wasn't necessarily dating because he was with Beyonce. He can't date anybody when he's with Beyonce. So we could just throw dating out. What did I've always said about Hollywood? Dating and smashing is the same thing. In Hollywood, dating and smashing is the same thing to me. So, of course, these women he can't date because he's married. So he can't date them. He can only smash them. I'm telling you that Jay-Z has a certain type. He's not like Drake. Drake can smash thick women, big women, small women, skinny women. You can see Drake don't have no type. Jay-Z, they've all been around the same type. He ain't attracted to thick women. He's never been attracted to thick women. There's never been one thick female that Jay-Z has been rumored on smashing. Not one. And trust me, I hear all the rumors. I have never known Jay-Z, the thickest person that he's ever been linked to has been free. Megan slimmed down, but she's still thick. She slimmed down, but she is still thick. Not Jay-Z's type. And on top of that, like I said, the last time that Beyonce was getting ready to give him the hook, do you know how much money it will cost him if Beyonce ever decided to cut him loose? Do you know how much money it will cost him? Do you know what it will cost Megan Thee Stallion if she was sleeping with Beyonce's husband and got found out? You might as well kiss her career goodbye. Because Jay-Z, if Beyonce says, cut her loose, Jay, Jay-Z gonna be like, well, I'm sorry. Meg, I'm sorry. Y'all got to come up with a better one than that. I can see if y'all say Diddy, Drake. If y'all wanted to say one of them people, I can see that. I could definitely see Diddy. I could definitely see Drake. I can't see Jay. Megan her career would never recover. As hard as she worked to get any sorts of rapport with Beyonce. And in the past, the moment Beyonce felt as though someone was messing with her husband, she cut him loose. Go ask Gwyneth Paltrow. She had Gwyneth Paltrow watching her children. That's how close she was with Gwyneth Paltrow. She had Gwyneth in her house watching her children. And the moment she felt as though Gwyneth Paltrow was sleeping with her husband, you ain't seen Gwyneth since. You ain't seen her since. So trust me, she definitely would not be saying, Megan, I love you, if Megan Thee Stallion was sleeping with her husband. And she definitely wouldn't be out there sitting with Jay-Z. when she felt as though the whole thing with Rihanna was going down. Remember, Jay-Z used to live across the street from Rihanna. Jay-Z used to live across the street from Rihanna. She made him sell that spot. You were moving to LA full time. That house in London, when she found out about him and I forgot about Rachel Roy. It's another one. When she found out about him and Rita Ora, she was like, that house in London, you're selling. If you are not in Los Angeles by the end of the week permanently, it's over. That rumor, the first time I heard that rumor was from a YouTuber who is a Barb. She says everything bad about everybody except Nicki Minaj. She doesn't like Megan. She doesn't like Cardi B. She doesn't like Chloe. She doesn't like Normani. She doesn't like Saweetie. And she's the one who started that rumor. With no sorts of backing, no sorts of proof, no sorts of receipt. She just started it because she knew that Barb's would eat it up. Because if they don't like Megan, they're going to go with every rumor that's insulting. So they're going to say, yeah, I believe it. I believe it. So that's where I first heard it. People sent me the video and was like, oh, look what so-and-so said about Megan Thee Stallion and Jay-Z. I haven't seen it anywhere else. I haven't seen it like in Dumois. If you want to show me, if it's going to pop up, if Dumois says it, you know what? I might start having think it has some credence to it. If TMZ says it, I might think it has some credence to it. So that stuff that people make up in YouTube and then they don't have any proof behind it, they only do it because us as black people, we love conspiracy theories, don't we? We love conspiracy theories. We don't care whether there's no proof behind it or nothing. We love conspiracy theories. And that's where we at right now with Diddy. That's where we are with Diddy. Let me go get a picture of Diddy. Right? P. Diddy. The witch hunt of P. Diddy is on. Everybody wants P. Diddy to pay for stuff he did, stuff he may have done, and stuff he didn't do. They want P. Diddy to pay. So I'm seeing people now making videos about Diddy, saying Diddy is responsible for Jamie Foxx being in the hospital. Said Diddy is responsible for Jamie Foxx being in the hospital. Hold on, let me go find a picture of Diddy now. It's going on Twitter. Hold on. It's crazy. It's crazy. No, that is the truth. That is the truth. Black people, we love conspiracy theories. There is no using it. That is the truth. That is the truth. We're not using anything. We're not using anything. That's the truth. We love conspiracy theories. And we don't care whether there's proof behind it. We don't care whether it's not true and we find out it's not true. We're going to go with that conspiracy theory as long as there's not 100% proof that it's not true. Open up and once again, Ryben, here we go. Here we go. Is it true they opened up the Kim Porter case? Good, fair question, because that's what's been going around, right? That's what's been going around. That is an internet rumor. They are not reopening Kim Porter's case. Kim Porter, unless Diddy wants it reopened, Kim Porter's death is down as pneumonia, from what I know. And unless Diddy wants it reopened, it's not going to be opened. There might be some people who want it reopened, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless Diddy says it's going to happen. All right? It's not going to happen. So you listen to these YouTube channels that are saying they are right, but at the time of her death, nobody was her husband. Al B. Shore was her husband at one time. Al B. Shore was not her husband at the time of her death. Al B. Shore was her ex-husband. Of course Diddy's a gatekeeper. Everybody knows that. Of course Diddy's a gatekeeper. Yes, absolutely. Diddy is that. That's exactly what I'm saying. Everybody knows Diddy's a gatekeeper. Diddy's been a gatekeeper for years. Jay-Z's been a gatekeeper for years. They are the two biggest black gatekeepers. Over on the entertainment side, you got Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, Oprah, Diddy. They are most definitely the gatekeepers. So here's my thing as far as Diddy goes. A lot of people said it's his fault. He killed Big. He killed Biggie. Because he took Biggie to LA and Biggie, he knew Biggie's life was in danger. How old was Notorious B.I.G. when he got killed? 24, I believe. No, 50's not a gatekeeper. 50's not a gatekeeper. He's not as powerful as Diddy. That's the reason why he does all the talking, but he'll never run up on Diddy. For all the talking he did, 50 was a bully. How come 50 just didn't walk up to Diddy and knock him out and whoop his ass and make him give him the $4 million that he says Diddy owes him? Only thing he could do is talk and make jokes and insult Diddy. But I bet he won't walk up on him and tell him, give me my $4 million, I'm going to fuck you up. I bet he won't do that. He can insult all he wants. But he know how to find Diddy. He know how to find Diddy. Carefree and dancing and having fun on this tour. Biggie knew his life was in danger, and Biggie was 24 years old. You know what he could have did to stop that from happening? No. Yo, come on, Playboy. We got. I'm not going, Puff. I'm not going. My mother said she don't want me to go. Aunt said she don't want me to go. Everybody said they don't want me to go. I'm not going, Puff. He was Puffy's number one artist. What would Puffy have done to Biggie? What could he have done? Nothing. Get mad at him? He wasn't going to drop him. Biggie was the biggest artist in the world at that time. What was he going to do? Get mad at him? Okay, you be mad at me. You'll be over in a couple of days. I'm not going. I'm going to London. I'm not fucking with LA right now. Madonna, Elton John, yes, absolutely, Stella. Madonna, Elton John, and then of course you have the executives. You got the executive. You got the people who are responsible for the jingles. Even on down to that, you even got to go through people when you want to get your jingles on TV. If you got some jingles, you got to go through Barry Manilow. If you say, yo, I got a jingle for Maxwell House, Barry. Good to the last drop, Maxwell House. What do you think of that, Barry? I don't know. I'll think about it a little more if you suck some dick. It's even the jingles. What's up, Sexy 60? What up, Marcel? Taylor is not a gatekeeper. Nope, she's still an artist. Taylor Swift is not a gatekeeper. She's just a top artist. Beyonce has hair care products coming soon. So we will be seeing her hair. She beat Rihanna to the hairline. To be fair, Rihanna keeps talking so long to release Fenty hair. Can you explain this? Fans notice Beyonce is more carefree. Oh, yeah. So, absolutely. Absolutely. Beyonce basically told Jay-Z on this tour, I'm doing what the fuck I want. I'm doing what I want on this tour. This is the Renaissance tour. This is probably my last tour. This is it. My Michael Jackson, this is it. This is going to be the biggest tour ever in the history of music. Bigger than Madonna's. Bigger than Michael Jackson's Thriller tour. Bigger than the Michael Jackson Black or White tour. This is going to probably gross close to $4 billion. So Beyonce is saying, if I'm going to be bringing in $4 billion, I'm going to do what I want. I know you don't like the Les Twins, but guess what? They're coming back. This is my tour. This is not the Carters, where Jay-Z can dictate everything, and he put who he wanted on the tour, and he put what dancers he wanted. He don't like her grinding up on that Les Twin because there's a rumor she was fucking him back in the day. Not both of them, one of them. So she is basically telling Jay-Z, this tour is my business. I'm handling this tour. You know, you see his ass out there in the audience, right? I ain't see him come on stage yet. Sit your ass out there, Jay. Now, maybe when they go to Brooklyn, maybe when the tour comes to the States, maybe she might let Jay-Z come on and rock or whatever. But as of right now, Beyonce is running shit. Beyonce should do the Tina Turner tribute because that's who she patterned her whole entire career after. And she said it before. So Beyonce should do the Tina Turner tribute. There shouldn't be anyone else. There shouldn't be anyone else. If I see anybody else up on that stage doing the Tina Turner tribute, I'm going to freaking have a heart attack. It has to be Beyonce. More than likely, Madonna will probably announce it. She'll probably do the musical eulogy like she does all of the. That's why she's the gatekeeper. Like whenever somebody dies, Madonna's the one they send up there to talk. It has to be Beyonce. She patterned her whole shit after Tina Turner. Them dance moves she used, all they are is this generation Tina Turner moves. Go back and watch Tina Turner perform. And she looks like Beyonce 50 years ago. The steps are just enhanced and more updated. Taylor's not independent. Taylor's not independent. Let's see. And if you're independent, the only thing that means is you just got to spend your own money. If Taylor Swift wanted to go independent and spend her own money, she's got enough to do it. Taylor Swift is under Universal, I believe. She's under Republic. So Big Machine is her label, but Big Machine is Republic. She's under Republic. So Taylor Swift is under Republic. She's not independent. But what she was able to do is she is re-recording her own old music so she can re-own the masters. Because Scooter Braun snaked her from her masters So instead of her buying the masters back, she said, fuck it. I trust my fan base that if I re-record all this music over and just call it Taylor's version, then he can't sue her. She's recording all the music over and she's calling it Taylor's version, and then she's telling her fans, don't stream his version anymore. And her fans are doing it. Her fans are listening to her. And they're just streaming Taylor's version. That's how much of a dedicated fan base she has. Nobody else was ever able to do that successfully. You see, Ashanti tried it, it didn't work. So it would take someone like Taylor Swift, who has an incredible fan base, that she's actually re-recording music that she put out 10 years ago. And she's putting it out now, and she's still going to be selling 300, 400,000 first week. And it's still going to go platinum. She's with Republic right now. Hold on. She's with Republic. She's not with Big Machine anymore. So in 2023, she signed with Republic, and that's under Universal. So this is what kills me. Universal has, Republic has everybody. So it kills me when people are like, oh, Atlantic Records, they're like the biggest. No, they're not. Atlantic Records is nowhere close to Republic. You see who Republic got under them? When people talk about Atlantic Records, that is Atlantic Records, Republic has Universal backing them. Atlantic Records don't got Universal backing them. Republic is way bigger than Atlantic Records. So when people talk about, oh yeah, that's Atlantic is doing it. Atlantic can't muscle Republic. Republic's a bigger record label. Look at the artists they got under them. You got Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj, Drake. That's all you need. That's all you need. Ariana, B2S, Post Malone. Everybody talk about some damn Atlantic Records. Republic got more money than Atlantic. So if Atlantic is doing all this pushing and this and that, they can't push around Republic artists. So that's what I'm saying. People just say stuff just to say it. They don't dig and look into what they're saying. For them saying, oh yeah, Atlantic is behind that. Atlantic is doing this. Atlantic ain't got the money or power to do half the shit people say they doing. The only thing they control is their artists. That's it. That's the only thing Atlantic controls. And they trying to cut back. They let Young Boy go. They trying to cut back. So that's why when you sit back and you hear these people say things, you have to really sit back and listen. You got to really sit back and listen and say, are they telling the truth or are they just capping? Atlantic Records did this and Atlantic Records sabotaged this one and sabotaged Nicki and they sabotaged. How can Atlantic Records sabotage Nicki Minaj, and she's on Universal, the biggest conglomerate in music. It's better to be under Universal, but Universal distributes for Republic. So if you get on Republic, you're going to be under Universal. I think Drake is one of the few artists that signed directly to Universal through OVO. He might still be on Republic too. But Atlantic is distributed by Warner Music Group. Warner Music Group is not as big as UMG. People just be saying anything because it makes it sound like T. And people, like I said, people want to be thinking that they hearing something different, and they run back and repeat it, and then that makes that person seem like a genius or seem like they got connections on the inside when they're really just telling you a bunch of shit they have no idea about. If you're going to be a celebrity insider, and this is what I tell everybody, listen to who you want, right? But if you really want to know some shit, if you really want to know what's really happening behind the scenes, you got to speak to a celebrity insider. You can't speak to a celebrity insider if they ain't never been on the inside. How are you going to speak to a YouTuber and they say they're a celebrity insider? They're not a celebrity insider if you ain't never been in the industry or you don't know people that's in the industry. How you want to be a celebrity insider if you ain't got nobody on the inside? So what you're getting from them, you can pretty much go find out yourself. Well, it really depends, Kenzie. It depends because most of the people assigned to Universal are signed to another label. So if you're signed to Republic, the people at Republic, if you're in a 360, they still got to get money. They still got to get money off you. And all of them, whether you're in a 360 or not, they're all going to make money off of your record sales and your streams. If you're not in a 360, you just get your merchandising, your tour money, your show money. If you do an acting gig, but your streams and your record sales, the record label's definitely going to get that. They're going to get some of that. That's just the way it is. So, and people mentioned about the masters. The masters are not really, they don't really, in 2023, they don't really mean a lot anymore if your music ain't timeless. So if you out there, just like someone said, Ice Spice, she owns her masters. Okay, that would really only do some good if her music is going to be timeless. Like if you're still going to be listening to Ice Spice in 10 years, 15 years, I don't know if anyone will be. So that's why so many artists sell their masters. Right? That's why so many artists sell their masters. Because they figure down the line, what am I really going to be making off of this? How many people are going to put this in movies? How many people are going to put this in games? Like, do I really got music like that? That's like Iggy Azalea. Iggy Azalea owned her masters, but then she sold her catalog. She got 8 figures for it too, because she figured I'm not going to make, if I hold on to my masters the next 20 years, I'm probably not going to make $10 million off of my music. So I might as well sell the music now, get the 10 million now, and cash out. That's my retirement plan. And then they can do whatever with the masses. No, I think the Nicki Cardi beef was Nicki Cardi. Because, listen, we all know Atlantic don't like Nicki Minaj, right? They never liked, ever since they were Warner Brother Music. They don't like Nicki Minaj. They have a long-standing beef with Nicki Minaj that goes back to way before she was even signed. Y'all wouldn't understand. So, of course, they have always tried to find women that was willing to diss Nicki Minaj. But everyone that they signed, they didn't want to do it. Right? So that's why they allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, that's why they allegedly got hooked up with Steve Ripken. Steve Ripken was managing the Joe and them, Fat Joe and them, or whatever. Steve Ripken got in touch with Remy Ma. Remy Ma was just coming out of jail. And they was the ones that convinced Remy Ma to drop Sheetha. Now, they didn't know it was going to be Sheetha. They just set a diss record. They didn't know what was coming behind that. They had no idea what she was coming with. Basically, they were saying, we're trying to move her out. They're tired of her. You're coming home. This would be a good look for you. Put the record out. We got the BET Awards coming up. BET is done with her. You're going to probably get the award. All this stuff was talked about before it happened. But at that time, Remy was like, nah, she ain't really saying nothing to me. Remy was like, it's going to make it seem like I'm starting with her because she's not really saying nothing to me. But then they were like, go out there, throw some subs, whatever. You don't necessarily have to be talking to her. And then Nicki took the bait, dropped the record with Ray Sherman. It looked like she was throwing shots at Remy. Dropped the record with Gucci. And then Remy saw that and ran with it. She saw that and ran with it. And then she got Jay-Z to co-sign her throwing shots at Nicki on All the Way Up remix because Jay-Z produced the record. And Drake was supposed to be on the record at first. But then when Remy came and dropped her bars and Jay heard that she was dissing Nicki and Remy said, are you cool with that? And Jay said, do your thing. But we may have to remove Old Boy off the remix. Because remember, the remix was Drake, Remy, Fat Joe, and one other person. That was originally the remix. But then once Remy turned in her bars and Jay heard him, and he heard she was throwing shots at Nicki, and Remy said, are you okay with these bars? And Jay said, I'm fine with them. I don't fuck with her like that anyway. Do what you do. It's just rap. So they removed Drake. He said, but I may have to remove her boy off the record because he's not, he's going to be upset if he gets on this record and he realizes you're throwing shots at Nicki. So Drake got pulled off of the record. See, now I'm telling y'all shit that's true. I'm telling y'all inside shit that's true. Them little fly-by-nighters can't give you all this information. So Drake gets pulled off of All the Way Up remix. And then Jay says, I'ma get on it. To fill that slot, I'll get on it. Jay was originally not on it. Remy threw the shots. I don't know whether the Nicki Gucci record came after that or what happened. And then Remy threw more shots on the record with Young M.A. Right? That's when Nicki and Young M.A. kind of had a relationship. But then after Nicki heard Remy throwing shots, that's kind of like when she kind of started pulling away from M.A. Because they were going to do a record together. Nicki and M.A. was going to do a record together. So once she saw that Remy was throwing shots on the Young M.A. record, she was like, I'm not really going to pull off on her. I believe Beyonce might not do the BET Award. She might not. If she's on tour, then she probably can't do it. But I don't think anybody else should do it. Who else gonna do it? Who you gonna have out there? Diana Ross? Like, I really can't think of nobody else. You're gonna have Tiana Taylor? Like, I don't know. Nobody else really makes sense, but we'll see. If she's on tour in another country, she might not be able to do it. So, Fantasia, I guess. So she drops the Sheetha. Nas hears it and it's like, at that time he's fucking with Nick and he's like, oh man. Now Nas is the one that told her about it. Nas is the one that told her, because when Sheetha dropped, Nicki wasn't even online at the time. Nas is the one that called and was like, I don't know, Queen, you might want to get online. And there's something brewing right now. You might want to get online for this one, Queen. So he's the one that told her about it. And then once it dropped, if you notice, for a short period of time, it had got stopped. It had got removed. Now, a lot of people think Nas removed it, but Nas can't remove it. But Nas put in the call to have it removed because Ron Browns, I believe that was who's the producer. Ron Browns had it pulled down because he produced the record. Nas rapped on the record, but Nas didn't produce it. So he could not tell Remy, you can't rap over Ether. You understand what I'm saying? He called Ron, I think Ron Browns produced Ether. He called him like, yo, I need you to put a stop to this. She rapping over Ether. She didn't change nothing about it. Ron Browns is the one who stopped it. Now, she stopped it for a couple of days. It slowed it down so where the impact of it was just online. So that's why you see all of the people when the reaction videos first dropped. Sheetha was like one of the first people doing that. That is one of the videos that started, that sent reaction videos to the next level. Because there was only a couple of people doing reaction videos at that time. But then when she dropped Sheetha, people started doing reaction videos more and more and more. Because they were reacting to that. And then a whole bunch of celebrities, right? A whole bunch of, it's probably still on YouTube. A whole bunch of celebrities was reacting to Sheetha. And you saw it in their tweets. You saw it in their videos. They were like, oh my God. Comedians, Kevin Hart, like everybody was just having a good old time at Nicki's what's the word? Behalf, or whatever the hell you call it. Because remember, the hate train was going on. This is right in the middle of the hate train. It was the perfect time to drop the record. Because the hate train had just started. All right, so of course, when she's coming to bars about Meek, remember she had split up with Meek a few months earlier. She's coming to bars about Meek, then the Ebro shit, so what happened was, all while this is brewing, Cardi B is in not on Love and Hip Hop, but she's in development. She's developing. The whole time she's developing. And Remy, they never planned on making Remy that girl. Because Remy, at that time, she's gotten surgery since then. But at that time, Remy just had never been marketable enough to be that girl. She's always been nice, but she's never been that chick. Even before Nicki Minaj came into the game, like Remy always had people ahead of her who she couldn't get past. She couldn't get past Kim. She couldn't get past Foxy. She couldn't get past Latifah. She couldn't get past those girls. Missy. So now that she's back, the only chick who was really out was Nicki. And they were just bringing Cardi back. They were just bringing Cardi in. Those were really the only girls making any noise. Iggy had already fizzled. Lil' Kim wasn't making no noise. Foxy's done. Missy ain't really making music. Latifah's acting now. She ain't think about music. Eve is married to a billionaire. She don't care about music. She's doing talk shows. So Remy was like, this is my chance. So she got the BET Award. But she didn't know she was just knocking Nicki off balance so they can slide Cardi right in. Boom. Because they knew Cardi B, in order to attack Nicki Minaj, especially in 2017 that was? 2016, you had to have some bars. And Remy, Young and May, was too new, and she had no problem with Nicki Minaj. So she wasn't going to do it. She had gotten good with Nicki Minaj. Lady Luck didn't have the status, and she was cool with Nicki Minaj. Nobody else had the status to do it. Lil' Kim didn't have the status no more. The other girls that were out, they didn't have the bars. So Remy was the person who was in the game long enough. She gets respect from the niggas. She gets respect from the girls, right? She was coming back. She was still she's on the reality show, so she's kind of relevant. because people see her. So she was the other girls that they tried to get, Cupcake and this one and that one. They wasn't enough. So Remy was the perfect candidate. She's the perfect candidate. Soon as they did that, boom, they gave her the BET award. The BET said, "We not fucking with Nicki Minaj no more." Gave her the BET award. She got out there talking about, "Oh yeah, this new queen in the building." Whoop, 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 whoop. And we bringing this crown back to the Bronx. What's good? It's your girl, Remy Ma. Big up the boogie down Bronx. Rest in peace, Big Pun. We bringing the crown back to the Bronx. These bitches don't want it. We beating bitches up. I think he's a Spence. Thank you. Thank you. So, Remy Martin. I still call her Remy Martin. But and then after she did that, and then they had her going on TV, still throwing shots. Hey, yo, what's good? She was imitating she was mocking her with the "Yo, Miley was good." She was like, "Yo, hey, what's good?" Right? She's doing all that. So Remy Ma is like, okay, it's time for she went and got the deal. So everything that they offered her, she went and got the deal, her first multi-million-dollar deal. She had never signed a multi-million-dollar deal before. She signed a multi-million-dollar deal now where she was in control of her masters, right? With Capital, I think it was. First multi-million-dollar deal. Okay, they gave her that. Then they gave her the BET award. She allegedly got the check for like $250,000 because she did the record. But then everything else they promised after that, she wasn't getting. And she was like, okay. And then they wanted her, yo, go to this award show and you're going to throw shots in the monologue. They were going to put her on the monologue. And then finally she said, hold it. I've already done that. I've done that enough times. Why do I have to keep going out and mentioning her? Like, I'm off that now. So what about what you promised? I got the record deal. It's up to Capital now to put the money behind the music. What. But she was like, I was supposed to be getting endorsements. I was supposed to be getting, my own this and on that. You know what I mean? Like working, people backing her. And it never happened because they were just really just setting that up for Cardi B. And then Cardi came in, bang. My teeth is fixed. What now? Got my teeth done. What now? What we gonna do now? So, here we go. Gonna set you up. The media's on board. We're gonna send out this memo. And shout out to, in case you didn't know, they put that out there long time ago. We're gonna set up this memo. Nobody's fucking with Nicki Minaj right now. Radio stations, especially in her hometown, all y'all start dissing Nicki. All the radio stations. The Miley situation was already in play. They had already played that. They were already in play. Like I said, they helped start the hate train. That was the hate train that came from the inside. That trickled down to the masses. because they know people on social media are just copycats. So once people on social media sees the media hating on her, and they see Oprah Winfrey, who can't stand hip hop and ain't never had no care for hip hop, coming out with headphones on, talking about listening to that new Cardi B. Oprah, shut your big ass up. You wasn't listening to no fucking Cardi B. You probably didn't have nothing on in them headphones. She ain't never been on your show. Talk about listening to that new Cardi B. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't listening to no rap. You said you hate hip hop. But Denzel, I like Cardi B. I like he's a LeBron and a new whip. Denzel didn't know nothing else in the song. They said, what's your favorite? That's my favorite part right there. He gave me Dixie LeBron and a new whip. Got Denzel's ass on TV talking about and a new whip. He didn't know nothing else about the song. She had the whole industry. And then you got people at that time, Charlemagne was the voice. You know how it done changed now to academics? The academics is starting to slowly, finally fizz out. He's starting to fizz out now. And it's starting to go back to Joe again. But at this time, it was Charlemagne. Charlemagne was the voice of the people. And when he said, Nicki's flow is trash. Nicki, you got the same thing that everybody be talking about. Oh, Megan, she's only got one flow. Go back and check the media around that time. And Charlemagne was saying the same thing about Nicki Minaj. Her flow is trash. And then people started hearing that and they started saying, Nicki's flow is trash. They just fell right in form with what the media was saying. Go back and say, if you don't believe me, go back and look for yourself. Do you think Cardi B have ruined her spice? Hold on. Ruined her spice. I'm gonna say I'm gonna assume that you mean like her career or whatever. So here's what you have to remember. Artists in the 2020 era and on, and from 2017, there are not going to be any more artists who are around 10, 15 years and be bubbling and popping for all of those years. So Cardi B was never an artist that they planned on saying, oh, you're going to replace Nicki Minaj and you're going to go the next 15 years. That wasn't the plan. They don't want artists to go that long anymore. Nicki's the last. That's why they're trying to push her out. She's the last of the Mohicans. There aren't any artists around after Nicki Minaj and Drake. There aren't any. Well, Drake's a man, so it doesn't really count. But there aren't really female artists around anymore that they're going to make and say she's going to be around 10 years. Because they only really want them around from 1 to 3 years, pump out all their hits, and then get them up out of here. That's what they're doing to Glorilla. Boom, boom, boom. Let's pump her hits out, get whatever hits she got out, and then within 2 years, get up out of here. And we're going to bring in somebody else because music changes. Music changes every 9 months. Well, Taylor Swift is different. Taylor Swift is a pop star, and Doja Cat is really a pop artist in a rapper's body. So Doja Cat can sustain because she is only really black people and only people on Twitter consider her a rapper. So Doja Cat really is like, she's like Drake. Except she sings better. So if rap went away, Drake has different genres and style of music that he would still be able to stay afloat. You see what I'm saying? And so Doja Cat, she has staying power only because she's really a pop artist. Cardi B, like I said, and I'll forever say it, she got mad at me for me saying it. A lot of Barty gang get mad when I say it. Cardi B, to me, I could be wrong. We'll see when the second album come out. Cardi B, to me, and from what I was told, pissed Atlantic off when she got pregnant the second time. And then went and had the baby. She was scared to tell Atlantic about the first baby. She told him about it, but the only reason that they let the first baby rock and didn't drop her right there was because the album was already done. Now, if Cardi B would have gotten pregnant before she opted in to Atlantic, well, what happened is Cardi B was on a one project option, right? So what that was is, remember, she was still with her last management when she got signed to Atlantic, right? So they said, we're going to do a one project option. We're going to put this amount of money into you. We're going to see how this first project does. And if your first project is suffice, we're going to give you the opportunity to opt in to the rest of the contract, or you can go your separate ways. Well, what happened is she made way more money than they thought she was going to make. They never, ever, ever pictured her getting that big. They didn't picture her getting that big. Her first budget was only about $775,000. It wasn't even $1 million. It wasn't even $1 million. Her first budget for that first album was about $775,000. She made off of that album alone and the endorsements and all that other stuff, you know, all that other shit combined, whatever shows she did, the whatever lines she had, whatever movies she was in, she made Atlantic off of that first album. She probably made Atlantic $300 million, somewhere, some crazy number like that. So they were like, damn, we only put in $775,000. When we threw all this stuff into a pot, the contract with Reebok, you know, because they get a piece of that. No, they don't get a big piece, but they get a percentage. Movie, whatever you get paid, we get a percentage of that. So if you got paid $500,000 to be in the J-Lo movie, they probably copped about 50 grand of that, or 100 grand. If she got paid 500 grand, they probably got 100 grand of that, right? So then she said, wait a second. So then what they were trying to do is hurry up and get her into this next contract, right? She had the court cases. They paid the court cases. Not the Tasha K one, but for the girls, Atlantic paid those lawyer fees. The Tasha K one, they was like, nah, that's on your own. You suing her, so that's your choice to sue her. But you're our investment. When the girls took her. They said, we have to protect our investment, Cardi B. So we're going to pay for your lawyers for these cases, because we got to keep you out of jail. Right? So we'll pay for the lawyers. So then when she was waiting, when she dropped WAP, when she dropped Up, and both of them went #1, and then WAP just went crazy everywhere, that's when she started feeling herself. And she basically said, y'all gotta rock, y'all gotta move at the tone I'm moving at. So then she said, I want a bag. Like, if before I opt in, like to this, for the second project, they were like, okay, we're going to give you a budget. The budget was probably going to be 200 million, not 200 million. The budget's going to be 2 million. So then she said, I just made you probably close to $300 million, 200 million, whatever it was. It was over 100 million. I don't know whether it's 300 million, but it was over 100 million. So we're going to say let's say 200 million. I made y'all 200 million. Before I opt in and owe y'all 3 more albums, I want a bag. I want you to pay me. I want you to pay me to opt in. Right? I want you to pay me to opt in. So then if anybody heard Mike Kaiser on the Joe Budden show, and she was like, I want the superstar pay rate, because in music, right, there's 3 pay rates. There is pretty much entry level, there's star, and then there's superstar. And she said, after 1 album, I will re-sign, I'll opt back into Atlantic, but you have to pay me superstar salary. That means when I'm going out to do shows, you have to, I'm not doing nothing less than $1 million. So whatever the rate is that y'all gonna get, I have to clear $1 million. So if you're gonna book me, if let's say Atlantic, if she makes $1 million performing, let's say Atlantic gets 10% of that, $100,000, right? So she basically told them, then you're gonna have to book me for 2.1 million or for $1.1 million, because I have to clear $1 million. And I want y'all to give me a bag to opt in to Atlantic. Now, Mike Kaiser and them gave her the bag. This is where the problem comes in at. And this is why people will start to realize why her album hasn't dropped, and why she was like, oh, my label, this, that, and the other, and why her label was fucking with her with hot shit and this, that, and the other. So what happened was, I'll just say allegedly, even though I know this is true, I'll just say allegedly, she won't be Tasha K and me. So allegedly, Mike Kaiser and Julie Greenwald, who did not want to give her the money, Mike Kaiser convinced Julie, if we don't give her this money, we're going to lose Cardi B. Right? If we don't give this money, we're going to lose Cardi B. Right? Julie Greenwald, against her best interest, gives her the bag. Right? So they gave her the bag. I think it was like $2 million up front, and then, some crazy number for the 3 albums, right? But you had to give the $2 million for the budget up front, so that way she could pretty much have the budget money as her pocket money, kind of like a signing bonus. They give her the money to do the album, and she gets pregnant. So Julie's like, I knew I shouldn't have gave her that money. So her and Mike Kaiser got into a big, she almost fired Mike Kaiser. She said, you convinced me to give her this money and I did not want to do it. I didn't want to give her the money. And now you convinced me to give her the money and now she's fucking pregnant again. So they had this big old meeting. At the same time, Cardi's going through the shit with Tasha K. She's still going through the cases with the girls or whatever. Atlantic is pissed because they had everything all set up after Up went number one, they were going to drop the second album. And that second album was going to go crazy because she was coming off 2 number ones. And those singles were going to be on the third album, the second album. It was supposed to be. How it was supposed to be is WAP, Up, and Big Paper, the record that she put on, the record she ended up putting on Khaled. She had to end up coming up and writing that record for Khaled. But she was supposed to write that record a long time ago for the album. But she didn't write it. So then when Khaled came, she had to give Khaled a record because Khaled had already paid her. So Khaled paid her to be on the album, so she had to come with a record. So she was like, I need a title. Well, I already got a title, Big Paper. Now I just got to write it. You know what I mean? So Atlantic was pissed about that. They're like, wait a minute, that's a title. That title was supposed to be on your album. You giving this shit to Khaled. Hot Shit was written way back then. She was going to give Hot Shit to Khaled. But then Khaled was like, that don't really fit the theme. So then she had to come up with Big Paper because Khaled was like, yo, I need your voice. I need your vocals. So she was like, can I come down to the studio? You're like, can I come? Like I haven't had shit. At this time, I think she was pregnant again. She's like, can I come down to the studio? Blah, blah, blah. And then she came down to the studio and then she did the Big Paper, record the vocals and all that stuff. So now Atlantic is like, you dipping into our shit. So that's where the issues when her and Atlantic come in at. And I believe that is part of the reason why that second album ain't been dropped yet. She might very well be scared to drop the music. But another reason is her and Atlantic is going through it. Because Atlantic feels as though they got duped. Now she said the pregnancy, of course, was surprise. That's why she was scared to tell Atlantic, I'm pregnant again. The pregnancy was a surprise. Well, if you have sex unprotected, there's a good chance. There's a good chance that you could get pregnant. I don't know. Again, Victoria, I don't know. Like I said, and that's why it makes me laugh when people say, you're on Cardi's payroll. Cardi B unfollowed me because of what I said. So if I'm on her payroll, she she would at least be following somebody on her payroll. She unfollowed me for what I said, and everybody and all y'all be talking about, oh, I don't never criticize Cardi B. Well, if I didn't never criticize her, she'd still be following me to this day and still sending my daughter birthday videos. She even stopped that. She sent my daughter a happy birthday video 3 years in a row. She unfollowed my ass, and that shit stopped. No, I'm lying. She did send another one a year after she had unfollowed me. She did send my daughter one more, but she didn't send that last year. She didn't. I didn't say, a baby is a blessing. I didn't say nothing about your kid, but she got offended that I said she shouldn't have another kid right now. And she got offended. She was like, you can't stop what God got planned for me. You can't tell me that was our last discussion, like voice discussion. You can't tell me what God got planned for me. I didn't like that shit. What was that? My bad. I was just saying that was just my opinion. My opinion was right now you shouldn't have no more children. And what got her mad at me was when she went on the award show to reveal that she was pregnant. I put out a blog and I was like, please don't tell me she's pregnant again. Right? And that was actually what she was revealing. That was what she was revealing on that award show. But I didn't know she was revealing that. I just said, oh, Lord, please don't tell me she's pregnant again. And she was. And then she was like, oh, you trying to put my shit on blast? Like, you trying to, ruin it for and I was like, yo, number one, I had no idea you were pregnant. And number two, I was just joking. I'm like, yo, God, please don't tell me she's pregnant again. And she was. And I think she unfollowed me after that. I think that was the reason why. But I was just speaking, like I said, speaking from an industry. I'm speaking from an industry because I got people telling me these things or whatever, right? Let me go back up and see what else people asked. So Victoria, I don't think that she don't want to make music no more. I think she wants to make another album, but I really don't think, even though Cardi said she's in. Remember when she came in the game, she said, I'm in it. I want to get some money. I want to put on the charts and get my mother a house. Once I get a house and get my mother a house, I'm fucking out of this shit, yo. I'm fucking out of this shit. Yo, this shit, yo, you know what I hate? You know what I hate? You know what I fucking hate? I fucking hate. So she never really planned to be in music long anyway. Like she said that from the beginning. Ice Spice is under Universal. And she's under 10 Projects, which is Elliot Grange's label. So Ice Spice was already set when they put her out. I told y'all all this stuff. She been knew Nicki Minaj. She been talked to Nicki Minaj. How you think they worked you think they worked out that partnership in one day? She been talking to Nicki Minaj. That was all for y'all. That was all for y'all. I know exactly when she met with Nicki Minaj. I just didn't say anything. I know when she met with Nicki Minaj, she been knew Nick. All that shit about bigging up Nicki and stuff like that. That was all planned. Nicki been talked to them. They worked that deal out a long time ago. That's the reason why they can't work out a partnership in one day. They've been working on that partnership for a minute. You know what I mean? They've been working on that for a minute. And they've been told her once she get a certain amount of exposure to another, then we want you to act like, to make it seem like, this girl making noise. I better pay attention to her. Nicki Minaj was going to follow her and work with her all along. Because Elliot already spoke with her. Lucian is his father, brother, whatever. She's close with Lucian Grange. Lucian Grange is close with Drake and close with Nicki Minaj. So Elliot went to Lucian, let's make this happen. Ice Spice, she's gonna be the next big thing. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We got Jimmy Henchman's son managing her. Just fall back. Don't let people know that you're paying attention right now. You know what I mean? Same thing they did with old girl in New York, the other chick from the Bronx, Scarlett. Scarlett been signed. She been signed. What new artist is getting co-signed from Busta, Snoop already? She just got in the game. And she got Busta and Snoop on her records already. That's because she was already signed. She was already signed. This is what they're doing now. These are what they call industry plans. They're already signed. They're going to get big. They already got people behind them. Look at Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X. How does Lil Nas X come into the game and his first record is by Billy Ray Cyrus? Really? You come into the game and the first record you release, you got a collab with Billy Ray Cyrus? No, that was already in plan. He's an industry plan. That's what they're producing now. That's what they're making these artists now. Well, again, this is all on Cardi B. If, like I said, they got mad at me because I'm not gonna jerk your dick all night. I'm just gonna tell you the fucking truth, and I'm just gonna use logic. You see what I'm saying? I'm just gonna use logic. Rap is already selling less. They sell less and less every year. So the Nicki Minaj fans, right? They thought that I was dissing Nicki when I said, when Queen dropped, right? When I said Queen was only doing, I was almost hit it right on the head. I said 190, actually. I said she gonna do about 190. I'm talking about 190. That's the Queen of rap. I said, listen, people are not buying music anymore like they used to. She goes to Bob's. I said, okay, all right. Came out, it did 185. It didn't even do 190. Came out, did 185. I told you, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. It wasn't dissing Nicki Minaj. I'm looking at logic. You got to use logic. Like, you got to use what people, the record label, She was in a hate train on top of that. So whatever she got, they was going to manipulate the numbers down to what they wanted it to be. You got to throw all of that into consideration. And if you look at Nicki's albums, starting from Pink Friday to the Pink Print or Roman Reloaded, Pink Print, Queen, those album sales in the first week all disintegrated with each album. Pink Friday, I think she did 375 or maybe 425, something like that. Second album, she did a little less. Third album, she did a little less. And then Queen, she did a little less. So if as her years are going on, she's selling less albums. That's just facts. That's not me. That's not me hating on anybody. That's just a fact. So what makes me think that this album that she puts out is going to do more than Queen? Maybe because Queen was in the hate era. I'll give you that. But it won't do more than Pink Print. It won't do more than Pink Print. And I will guarantee you, I'll bet both my houses. Well, both my baby mama houses that I bought for them. I bet both they houses that it does not top Pink Print. That's just the climate we're living in. It ain't got nothing to do with her. It's just the climate we're living in. The only artist, if you look at album sales, the only artist who's really stayed level, sometimes even went up as he got older, has been Drake. If you take out the only album that Drake, since he's been on top of the game, the only album that he declined in was that dance album. But Drake actually went up. No other artist is doing that. No other artist with the years, their record sales are increasing. I'm talking about rap artists. I'm not talking about pop artists. No other artists, as their years are going up, none of their sales are increasing except Drake. He's the only artist. He did, I believe it was 300 with his first shit. He did around the same with the second. I think he may have did a little less with the third, but then by the time he got to his fourth album, 500, and then he went down with More Life. With More Life, he went down to like 385, and they said he flopped. I think he was like 400K. But then he followed that with, I think, Views. What did he do with Views? 1 million? He did 1 million first week with Views. He did what? 900 with Scorpion. He's the only one that's not plateauing. Drake's a bad boy, man. He's a bad boy. What is Cardi B's fan base name? What, Barty Gang? Barty Gang. Let's see what else. Victoria, shut up. I wish Cardi could just leave Atlantic and sign somewhere else like Columbia or even Rock Nation. Well, Amelia, they weren't going to get... So she had a chance to leave, right? She had a chance to leave. I'm not so sure Columbia, or even Rock Nation would have gave her the bag that Atlantic gave her. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is this, it's not just Atlantic that don't want you having babies when you're in the prime of your career. Lauryn Hill wasn't on Atlantic. I forgot what record label Lauryn Hill was on, but she had Zion. She had her baby, and the record label pretty much disowned her. They didn't fuck with her no more. If you notice, she never came out with another album. They told her to get an abortion. Record label told her. Executive, the CEO told her. The VP told her. Jay-Z told her. They sent Jay-Z. After they couldn't get to her, they sent Jay-Z. Maybe you can get through to her. Wyclef, everybody, not Wyclef, because Wyclef and her wasn't on talking terms. Jay-Z, all them people, Pras, all them people that knew she was pregnant, they sent them to her to tell her to get rid of that kid. And she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. And that's why she never came out with another album after Miseducation. She came out without the Unplugged album, whatever, but they wasn't going to back her after that. And then she went on these shows where she was putting the industry on blast and telling them what they doing to people in the industry and telling them how they wanted her to get an abortion. And they were definitely done with her after that. They were done with her after that. I don't think Rock Nation's under either. I think. Hold on. I think I don't know if Rock Nation, hold on. Worldwide, private. So Live Nation Entertainment owns Rock Nation. Live Nation Entertainment owns Rock Nation. Rock Nation is a management company, right? They're labeled too. Rock Nation Sports International. Yeah. So they signed a partnership back in 2016 with Universal, right? So back in 2016, Universal probably distributes records for them. But Jay can put his own records out if he wants. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, they've told plenty of women to get rid of their kids. They don't want you having kids like in the prime of your career. They're like, you can do that later. You see, Beyonce followed suit. Beyonce waited until Rihanna followed suit. Rihanna waited until she was a billionaire, that she's already made her money. Now she's having a baby. Beyonce waited until she was already a multi-millionaire, and then she had her kids. Following suit. Cardi B went off script. Even Nicki Minaj waited until she was, good and established to have her first kid. They don't like when you're in your early 20s and you just put out a banger album and they know everybody's expecting some more, and then you go and get pregnant again or go and get pregnant for the first time, get knocked up, go and get married. Like, they don't like that shit. Now, if you're an artist who you ain't really doing, like Summer Walker, okay, Summer Walker isn't a huge artist, right? But I'm sure they're getting tired of her having babies. Because you can only market somebody a certain way when they're walking around with a big ass belly. They can only put you in certain clothes. That's not sexy to men. She had a little bit of a male audience as well. That ain't sexy to men. I'm sorry. I don't find a woman. A lot of them weird old men be finding that shit attractive. But I don't find women attractive when they got a fucking baby in their belly. I don't find that attractive. I don't want to hit to unless they're pregnant with my kid. I don't find that attractive. A lot of men don't. Well, we'll see, Amelia, because she actually got one. The Summer Jam performance is June 6th. So maybe she's dropping something this Friday. Well, this Friday is what? Tomorrow the 29th. Tuesday is the 30th. Wednesday is the 31st. Thursday is the 1st. Thursday is the 1st. Friday is the. So if she's dropping something Friday, in order for her to drop something before Summer Jam, she would have to drop it Friday. If she's dropping new music Friday, she needs to put that announcement out. Now, maybe she don't want to put the announcement out too early. If I was her, I wouldn't put it out too early because people be leaking her music. And people will leak her music to try not to give it. So if you want to say, I got a special announcement, Barty gang, get your coins ready. I got a special announcement coming up later today. And if she says tonight, my single, blah, 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 or whatever, okay, that's cool. But if she don't drop new music before Summer Jam, wow, I don't know what to tell y'all. A lot of people tell me now, oh, it's August, it's coming in August. Okay. It's coming in August. The other thing, let's see, I talked about Diddy, Young Miami, everybody with the Diddy. And another thing, y'all, stop falling for that Diddy, Jamie Foxx thing. It's funny. I see some of my people that follow me that I put in the community tab. I said, send me proof that Jamie Foxx exposed Diddy's gay parties, and I'll send you $1,000. Now, the funny thing is, nobody has responded to that post. Nobody's responded to that post. I'm asking y'all because I see a lot of people go and saying, yep, I knew it. So I'm saying, send me the link that Jamie Foxx exposed Diddy for being gay, and I'll send you $1,000. So that's all I ask for. Oh, he's in the hot. He's coming after Jamie Foxx because Jamie Foxx talked about him exposing him with the gay parties. Okay, find where he did that. And I'll send you $1,000 immediately. Let's go find. Let's talk about Blue Ivy real quick. Let's go find Blue. Cause I'll let y'all talk about I'll let y'all talk about it. I ain't gonna talk about little poor baby Blue. So I've seen a lot of people with some mixed emotions. Choke No Joke had a video where he was cursing his fans out, telling him, "Don't fucking tell me that I can't talk about Blue Ivy. When Blue Ivy is on stage, she is a performer. She's a performer. So how are you going to tell me I can't talk about Blue Ivy and she's a performer?" Let me see something here. Hold on. So Blue Ivy, 11 years old, was on stage performing with her mama. Performing with her mama. Here goes Blue. It's buffering and it's pissing me off. Shit is pissing me off. It's buffering. Let me try to find. Hold on. Let me try to change the speed. Let me try to change the speed on it. Maybe that's what's making it buffer. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna give you my session of Blue. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all see it, but I need to change the video setting. Okay. Playback speed. Wait a minute. This is my skin folk. This is my skin folk. This that war. This is my bloodline. Okay, hold it, Blue. Hold up, Blue. Hold up, Blue. Cause you making my shit buffer. Hold on a second. So people would talk about Blue Ivy, and there was people that had comments that their comments wasn't very nice. The comments weren't very nice, and Choke was cursing on his fans saying, "You don't tell me what I can talk about. Don't come on my channel, motherfucker, and tell me what I can and cannot talk about. I'm talking about Blue Ivy. She on stage. She performing. So if she performing, if I pay my money to see Blue Ivy, I can talk about what I want, motherfucker." So let's see. I'm gonna get the I know somebody unloaded it on YouTube, so I'm gonna get it on YouTube. All right, hold on.
A big part of having the TD Wealth Advisor is having someone that you do build up that trust. Life's ever changing.
Let's see here.
And it's knowing that there's someone that we can call right away and give us good advice for our future plans.
As expected, Beyonce took a moment during her Renaissance tours to pay her respects to the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner. After telling fans if they were a fan of hers that they were a fan of Tina's, she requested for them to scream as loud as they could for the iconic singer.
All right, can y'all hear that?
Passed away yesterday at the age of 83.
I just want to take a second.
Can y'all hear that?
And honor Tina Turner. If you're a fan of mine, you're a fan of Tina Turner. I wouldn't be on this stage without Tina Turner. So I want you guys to just scream so she can feel your love.
That wasn't the only special part of Beyonce's Paris stop on her Renaissance World Tour. Not only did Beyonce honor Tina Turner tonight, she also brought out a surprise guest performer. Yes, Blue Ivy, her daughter, made a special appearance to dance for the excited crowd. Blue danced along as her mother performed My Power, which comes off Beyonce's The Lion King, The Gift soundtrack. After getting information alongside Beyonce's dancers, Beyonce told the cheering crowd to give it up for Blue. If you recall, the last time Blue Ivy was on stage with her mom was during Beyonce's headlining reveal of Dubai's newest luxury hotel, Atlantis de Royale, back.
Oh my God! Like, yo, these settings are so annoying now.
Year. Blue went viral when fans.
I'm trying to match the settings that I'm on.
Speculated that she looked as if she wanted to get into full choreography mode, but Mama Bear B stopped.
There we go.
Her with a side eye look and a grab of the arm.
Now that wasn't even the time, right? Hold on. Blue Ivy and Beyonce. Hold on a minute. I think this is it, guys. Without somebody talking. Oh my God. So fucking annoying. Damn, Blue. Look at her. Damn, little Blue. Yeah, you 2 hours late, Vernon. There go Blue. Yeah, Blue. Look at her. Blue was like, get me the fuck out of here. Look at this. Look at her little Blue. She out there. She doing it, ain't she? Look. Look at her. She got her little strut going. Look. Blue taller than some of the girls, some of the adults. Damn, how tall is this girl? Blue taller than that girl behind her. Is she an adult? Wow, yo, Blue, yo, hold on. Is that camera trickery? Okay, all right. So y'all seen Blue. Y'all seen Blue, right? Is that camera trickery? She's taller than those adults. She's taller than that dancer. She's an adult that's in back of her. What is Blue, 11? 10? Ashley. Her and Ashley may have fell out. I'll have to look. I thought I heard they fell out. Maybe I'm wrong. But I thought they fell out. She was stiff. Yeah, I mean, you know, if far them saying she's stiff and that, I mean, come on. First of all, she's 11 years old. She's probably nervous. She's dancing in front of 80,000 freaking people. All right? That's an 11-year-old. If I go out in front of 80,000 freaking people, and I was a dancer, or if I go out in front of 80,000 freaking people, I'm gonna forget I'm gonna forget my moves. I'm gonna look stiff. I'm gonna look nervous. I mean, my God, y'all gotta cut her some slack. But Blue looked like she would rather be anywhere than on that stage. She looked like she up there like, well, I don't want my mama to be mad, so you gonna do it like I told you, Blue. Do it like I told you. Blue probably like, let me get this over with. I'm gonna put shades on so I ain't gotta see nobody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dolly. I heard they fell out. I'm telling you. And she went back and got the lead twins. Got the Les twins, but she didn't get Ashley. Oh boy. Anyway. So to sum this all up, Megan is not sleeping with Jay-Z. Cardi B, I don't know when her album's coming out, but she was having a little frantic with Atlantic. She did get a big check from Atlantic and then got pregnant. That's why they're so pissed. Diddy is not the cause of every little thing that's happening. Diddy is not the cause of Jamie Foxx being in the hospital. Is Diddy the cause of Kim Porter's death? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you whether that's true. I can't tell you whether it's not. There's a lot of talk around the industry about when people get sacrificed and who did the sacrificing and this, that, and the other. I don't blame Diddy for Biggie's death because Biggie was a grown man. And he just could have told Puff, no, I'm not going. So many people told Big not to go. He listened anyway. Right? So I'm not blaming Puffy for Biggie's death. I can blame Puffy for being greedy, for wanting Biggie to go to LA when he knew it wasn't safe. But I just chalked that up to greed. Right? And I'm not going to shit on Blue Ivy. She's 11 years old. Young Miami and Diddy, y'all leave them alone. Let Young Miami, have her sugar daddy in peace. Ice Spice and Taylor Swift. It is what it is. Ice Spice is now the new girl in place that they're going to push. Just ate Doja Cat right up. Doja Cat out there, she don't know whether she coming or going. The Doja Cat got hit with that MK Ultra. I don't know what's going on with her. Now, tomorrow I'm gonna go live on YouTube again. We're gonna talk about Britney Spears, and a lot of people are starting to hop on my dick now and hop on my bandwagon because I was the one saying that this, and Dolly, you too. You were on the Sam bandwagon. Now a lot of Britney fans are starting to see things my way. Now a lot of Britney fans are saying, we need to investigate Sam Astori or whatever the fuck his name is. I told y'all, that dude was hired by that father. And he was planted there as her handler. That is not her boyfriend. The father would never pick. Remember, he was picking her boyfriends. He was choosing who she talked to. He was choosing who she sees. You think that father was going to allow someone who was against the conservatorship to date Britney? No. That father is in on it. This Sam dude is in on it. It's in on it. I told everybody that from the beginning. Because remember, Britney said when she gets out from under her conservatorship, she wants to talk. She wants to do interviews. I don't understand why they're telling me that I can't talk to certain people. I can't tell my truth. I want to be able to do an interview and this and another. Since she ain't been under that conservatorship for a year, how come Sam has not allowed her to do an interview yet? How come she hasn't done an interview yet and talk like she said she wanted to do? Remember, before they got married, they was asking Sam about Jamie. He was like, "Oh, I don't hate anybody. I just want what's best for Britney." You don't hate her father when she was saying she hates her father for what he did to her? This Sam dude was planted there by the father to be her handler. And she is up under that conservatorship, and she will get under this conservatorship next of this husband. Watch what I tell you. The husband, since they voted the father out, he still got Sam there. This Sam dude is going to get Britney Spears under his conservatorship. Watch what I tell you. When I tell you this, be like, Heaven, you were right again. He is going to get her under his conservatorship because they've already exposed that these Instagram posts are not even her. They're deep fakes of her, and they got someone over there using a filter, using a Britney Spears filter. They got some blue-eyed girl over there using a Britney Spears filter. It is not Britney on those Instagram posts. She's probably somewhere. They probably done filled her body up with lithium, and they're probably just waiting to get her into another conservatorship, because I refuse to believe that person that be dancing on. Britney Spears was a fucking master dancer. And I don't even know about no age. Once you can dance, you can dance. Sierra is closing in on 40. She can still dance. J-Lo's 50. She can still dance. Janet's mid-50s. She can still dance. So I don't know nothing about, oh, Britney, she just got older. No. You don't learn how to stop dancing in your fucking 30s. This girl couldn't dance ever since she was like 32 years old. Only thing she moves is her upper body. She can't even move her legs no more. And that was Britney's thing. She was the footwork girl. Britney Spears was the master footwork artist. Now she can't even move her feet. Only thing she moves is her arms. I'm telling you. The mama just came to adulthood after 3 years. I'm telling you. Iconic gene that can't get to her. I'm telling you, this Sam dude, he's not letting her. Why does he keep talking for her? You see what I'm saying? She said when she got out under that conservatorship, she wanted to talk. Why does her husband keep talking for her? Where did this dude come from? What was this dude talking about? He said he was a football player. Well, they did all that research. He said he played football for Nebraska or whatever. They went back and they looked and they checked that football played that college, and they were like, that motherfucker ain't never played no football here. He ain't even never try out. So he's lying about his background. Why? Why are you lying about your past? What were you? What was your job? Like, you were a personal trainer, you were so-called a model. Where's your gigs? What did you model? What did you model at? Where did you model? So everything that happened with Britney, do you think that the industry set her up? I think her father set her up. And the industry, I think the elites wanted to be done with her because she was getting ready to spill the beans. She no longer wanted to be controlled. She said that numerous times. When she broke down and was crying on that interview, people were like, what's wrong with you? And she was like, I can't speak. I can't say what I want. I can't do what I want. I don't like being controlled, this and the other. It's sad. It's sad what happened to her. I don't even like thinking about it because I don't want to think the worst. The worst thing that I think is Britney ain't even here no more. I don't think Britney's even here. I'm be totally honest with you. That sounds crazy. I don't think she's not here no more. And because they weren't done making money off her, and they couldn't say, "Oh, this happened to Britney," or "That happened to Britney," or "She OD'd," or "We OD'd her by mistake." I think they may have accidentally overdosed her. Because if you give them lithium, you can accidentally overdose them. I think they accidentally overdosed them, and they were not going to tell her fans, and they were not done making money off her, so they had to come and go get a bootleg Britney. That's what I believe happened. I hope it didn't, but I just don't think that that's Britney Jean no more. And it's sad because I'm the biggest Britney Spears fan you're gonna find. And it's sad to think about that. But it is what it is. Hondo, a lot of them go through a certain controlled era. Once they make a certain amount of money, like a Rihanna and Jay-Z, like they're not really controlled anymore. You still gotta do, you still gotta do your ritual or throw it up every day, or cover your eye, or take a picture with somebody, or hang out with somebody, or hug up on Michelle Laney, or do shit like that you normally wouldn't do. But the older and the more money and successful you get, the less control they have over you. But like Beyonce, Beyonce is she's just into it now. Like she's into but you don't really see her like Jay-Z used to put her under MK Ultra and then used to be her handler for a while. You don't see that no more, Beyonce. Beyonce really handles herself now. Because you don't really see Jay around her like you used to. The rumor has it that, this is simply now just a business arrangement. The rumor had it that they don't even sleep together no more. Now, that's alleged. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's alleged. That they don't even sleep together no more. So it's more of a business arrangement now. So we'll see, though. Exactly, Kenzie. Everybody speak of her. Why? She's not under the conservatorship anymore. And she said she want to talk for herself. She hasn't been able to talk for herself, and she hasn't been under conservatorship in a year. So you got to ask yourself, Sam is her husband. How come he's not letting her talk? See? Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. Cash Apps, $ Heaven Hollywood. I thank everybody. I love y'all. Y'all, if you're not home, get home safe. If you're not in your bedroom, get to your bedroom safe. Don't trip on your son's Tonka truck, or don't trip on your daughter's Barbie doll and break your damn neck. Be careful going back to your bed. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you to my moderators. I don't know if Reese is still in here, but thank you. Remember that voicemail. All right, y'all. I'm up out of here. Go Celtics. We want to see history made.